Had you seen Footloose before you watched that?
Yeah.
Hot Rod? Yeah, okay, so you got
so
to
I knew
see
the context.
the full glory of it.
It's so funny.
Dude.
It's so funny. And
It's
then
too
Guys,
good.
we haven't been live this whole time. I didn't publish the video.
Oh.
So we're just going to start from scratch.
okay.
Okay.
We're published now.
Rewind.
On a screech on the record.
Hey, if anything,
Screech on the record.
those hiccups that we had are no longer hiccups.
That's
Yeah,
right.
seriously.
But I don't, given our track record so far, I don't anticipate that being the last one.
No.
Hey,
no.
Eddie, it was
we're
like
gonna have to learn to live
it
with
was like
that.
you're thinking the whole time, like, don't say the F word, don't say the F word. Fuck!
Well, now we're live and you just said it. Great. Welcome. Hello again. Welcome back to the Infinite Variety Show. I'm Cameron and I'm joined here as always by Evan to my left, Eddie across the table from him, and across from me is a beautiful boy we all know and love named Ronnie.
Boy with an eye.
Ronnie,
Triple I.
this is a family-friendly live streaming podcast.
Yes.
We will not be
It
using
won't
the
happen
F word.
again.
We won't be doing it.
We promise you that.
We
It
don't. We
happen
won't be
again.
doing it.
It's in our everyday life, so it's going to take us a little getting used to.
I have a question for you guys.
Hit it with us, Cameron.
Did you read it earlier? Did you have time to think about it?
The questions you posted?
Yeah.
I did.
You
Yeah,
did.
I thought a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a proud boy right now. But not a proud boy like the alt-right proud boys. I'm just proud. I'm also a boy. Don't
Yeah,
get it
not those
mistaken.
dudes.
Don't get it mistaken.
Hiccup number 15.
He's a proud
Hiccup
papa.
number 15.
He's a proud papa right now.
I'm a proud
Are we live?
dad.
Are we live?
I'm a proud dad.
Cameron's
Anyway,
my biological dad.
my
Scott
question
Political.
is, my first question of the night of many, is what was the first movie you remembered watching that was a real goof of a time? The first memory you have of a funny movie you watched that stuck with you.
Can I take a guess at what yours is?
Yeah.
Guess?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a feeling I know what it is. Dumb and Dumber.
Joe Dirt.
Oh, got him.
Slide
No,
down.
it's
Got
Dumb and
it.
Dumber. Dumb and Dumber is
Got
definitely first. Dumb
Okay.
and Dumber is first, but also Joe Dirt. Like, just me and my buddies just laughing our batucuses off at that.
How old were you when Joe Dirt came out?
Badookuses.
I want to say like
When
sixth
did it come
grade.
out? Hey Siri.
Or no. Fourth grade, because that was when I was my
When
good
did
friend
Joe
Jacob
Dirt come
Guffey.
out? Oh boy. Hey Siri. Oh no. My grade is Joey Graceffa. Not what I asked. That's okay.
That's pretty darn close. I have to give her.
Let's see if she'll give it
that.
to me. Hey, Siri?
2000
Wait.
No.
What year did Joe Dirt come out?
Joe Dirt was released the
Joe
11th of
Dirt.
April 2001.
April 2001.
Dude,
wow.
yeah.
I was 11.
Is that old?
I was 11
That's an
that
old
year.
movie now.
I don't know why I thought it was
I had no
older.
idea that it was that old. I saw it much later in life.
I did too.
But I do understand seeing that as an 11-year-old. You're just like,
Yeah.
he ate off of a
Funny character.
He ate off of a poop rock from space.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
I just resonate with
Some of that
for
stuff
some
was
reason
just
I just
out there.
resonate with Joe Dirt a little bit.
Yeah.
I like
Something about
anything
him. He's
David
like
Spade's ever been
he's
in.
an underdog.
Yep.
But he's hilarious. He's for how much of an underdog he is, he's so confident. It's weird.
He
but
really is.
but he's like, as long as you don't have no in your heart.
As long as you don't have no in your heart?
Yeah, it's it's something
It's
like
been
that.
a long time since I
As long
watched
as you
it.
don't never say no in your heart or something like that.
We should watch that as a group together one
Yeah.
night, movie night. When's the last time? Has anybody seen it recently?
I don't think so.
No,
we should do that.
15.
Life's a garden.
What
Dig
movie
it.
do you remember as a child that made you really laugh?
I would have to say, not as a child, but later on in life. I concentrated so hard on doing that accent that I forgot what I was saying. Napoleon Dynamite and Hot Rod.
Oh yeah, there's two good ones.
Yeah.
So good.
Hot Rod, especially because like we were living in Medford, and our whole group took off like one seat or like one section
Yeah.
of the theater, and freaking we were just dying at the part where he like falls down the hill. Mm-hmm. Dude,
So
Oh, Hot
good.
Rod?
yeah.
Yes.
So good.
Every time
Ooh.
me and Kayla and a few other friends are walking along,
my
we
God.
say, "Oh, don't sandberg down that." That is hilarious. That's one of the best scenes.
What weird?
Why am I saying what weird?
Wait.
Where do you get off? I will forget it.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah.
Evan, what about
So
you?
good. So good. Well, honestly, mine has to definitely be Dumb and Dumber. But also, I'm a big Chris Farley fan. So I watched
yeah.
Beverly Hills Ninja, and I'd have to say that one just made me cry.
Wow.
I did Tommy
So
Boy
good.
recently.
Tommy Boy's good too.
It's
Black
hilarious.
Sheep.
I might have to change mine to that.
Yeah.
Because that was
Beverly
like
Hills Ninja.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Dude.
Have you seen it, Ronnie?
I have.
It's too-
yes.
Oh, it's so dumb.
Back
but
in the day.
It's so good.
It's been a long
so
time.
good.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking instantly of all those. Oh my god, how he gets hurt though, I think is what makes me laugh the hardest. Like when he runs into stuff, or when he tries to be really delicate, and then he ends up just like screwing things up. Like he lights like this whole like 2,000-year-old scroll on fire, or when he's like, dude, it's too good.
It's
It's way
man.
too good. I love it.
Great.
Sorry, Ela.
So on that
Sorry,
note,
Ela.
I guess we will just.
Well, it's funny to hear you both say Dumb and Dumber, because the first several movies I ever saw that made me laugh were Jim Carrey movies.
Oh yeah.
But mine started
classic.
with Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
That could have been
That
even
is
same. Could have been the same
I
for me as
remember
well.
distinctly watching that for the first time. I don't know how old I was. I was at my aunt's house.
Which one?
The original
Is that Pet
and two.
Pet Detective?
yeah.
Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, and then Ace Ventura something else. But both of them
That's
are
the
so
only one
funny.
I've seen.
When
But
nature
the first
calls.
one, When Nature Calls, yeah, that's the one where he comes out of that rhino.
Oh no, I have seen that one. I have seen that one.
Gosh, dude.
it's giving birth.
That would,
But yeah, that's definitely for me. I feel like the first movie or first couple movies you watch as a kid or adolescent that you really laugh at really shaped your sense of humor. I think that's definitely true for me. Would you say it's true of you guys as well? I could totally see your sense of humor, Evan, being totally impressed by Chris Farley. You kind of have that sense of humor, just a goofball.
We should
yeah,
watch all 4 of those movies one night. Just do like a movie night,
marathon.
Jeez, dude, all 4?
or a couple of them.
I mean, that's fine and all, but
I actually
What?
for the first
You
time
scared?
I actually watched all the way through. I think it was When Nature Calls, the Ace Ventura.
Yeah,
Lori
Nature
tried to
Calls
get me
so
into those
funny.
actually because she loves them. She's
They're
like,
oh,
so
you didn't see him
hilarious.
until you were an adult?
yeah. Well, I mean, I had
Oh.
seen like parts of them, but
Billy.
then I actually watched them all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of those movies too, if you don't watch them at the time or like close to when they
Exactly.
came out, it's
don't
not
hold
the
up.
same. No.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've had people. I would be like, "Hot Rod's really good. I like it. You
Yeah.
should watch it." And they watch it. Like, it's
Oh,
not
you're
that
kidding
funny
me.
because all the jokes are gone. Everyone quotes it. Anchorman too.
Oh, that's why. Gotcha. Well, I just watched Bruce Almighty for the first time in many years the other day, and it held up completely.
Ah.
I mean, I was I used to rewatch the part where Jim Carrey goes into the studio and he makes Steve Carell's character go all crazy while he's at the anchor desk. And when I was anticipating that part coming, and I laughed just as hard as I ever have. I just couldn't wait for it. But
Steve Carell's really good too, though. Honestly,
Oh,
I liked
oh,
Evan Almighty personally. Like, it wasn't as good as Bruce Almighty, but I still got a few. Really
I think
good
I've only
laughs.
seen it once.
Is it because your name's Evan? Is that?
Oh,
Really, man?
now
Wow.
the truth
Yeah, man.
comes out.
You got
That
me.
movie.
dude.
You got
The
me.
truth comes out. Okay, well, let's move into our segment we call Guess That Goof.
Oh,
It is a segment where I have pulled some tweets.
Guess the goof.
Normally, I would pull this off of a Twitter account called PDX Alerts that
That's a good-
scans the Portland police scanners and reports on what's being called in.
Yeah.
But this week, I'm switching it up, and I've gone to Vancouver, British Columbia. The whole province, all right?
Oh.
And instead of 3 choices like we had last time, we're going to do 4. 3 of the things I'm going to read are real tweets from the Alerts BC Twitter account. Let me make sure that's correct, actually. What is the name of that? It's ScanBC. On Twitter, it's @ScanBC. All right? 3 of these are real tweets about things that really happened. 1 of these things I made up. And you all have to guess which one I made up. All right?
I'm into it.
So,
Let's do it.
let's start. Tweet number 1.
Number 1.
Vancouver Sheriff responding to a report from a citizen that found a note inside of a bag of bulk walnuts they bought at a local grocery store that reads, "Help, my name is Tina and I am being held against my will at the farm."
Wow. Zuh.
Wow.
Pretty intense. Did I make it up or is that real?
Wait, we're doing.
No.
Not
Oh,
yet,
we're
not
gonna wait.
yet,
We're gonna
not
wait.
yet.
Okay.
I was
think
laughing
I'm-
and I was laughing until the end of
I hope
that.
to God
That
it's
got
not
real
real.
serious for a
Right. Could
second.
have just said, F you, but it said, no, my name's Tina and I need help. I'm being held hostage.
Yikes.
At the farm.
So here we have
walnut
another
farm.
scan coming in from the
walnut
neighborhood
farm?
of Surrey in Vancouver, Washington, requested Royal Canadian Mounted Police requested to stop at a bus after someone texted that they heard a passenger say he was going to, quote, strip his girlfriend naked, cover her with barbecue sauce, and feed her to the wolves.
What?
Real or made up?
Did you
Who knows?
say Vancouver, Washington?
Oh, if I did, that was a mistake.
Was it?
No, he said Vancouver, BC.
Was it you, Evan? Were you the man?
It's Surrey. It's a
yes.
little city outside of Vancouver.
Are you the man who did the crime?
All right, here we have
Uh,
Surrey
that was
again
a-
in the neighborhood. There's a
Number
hot
3.
neighborhood for
That was good.
police scanner calls. Royal Canadian Mounted Police responding to a request for assistance with a child throwing and smashing things in a house because parents bought something for the other sibling but not for him. What a little twat.
Wait a minute.
Evan's like, I did that as a kid.
This is a no. If I did, the police weren't called.
No. My mom was called. She'd got that belt out.
Yeah.
Or that wooden spoon.
Yeah.
Discipline.
Okay, last one.
Number
Vancouver
4.
Police Department dispatched to East Abbotsford Road to assist in the removal of a skunk from a child's playhouse. Reported 2 small children already sprayed by skunk.
Oh, I believe it.
You're looking at my phone, aren't you, Ronald?
I totally believe
What do you
it.
mean?
You're looking. All right, does anybody
totally-
need to hear them again?
No.
Is there a mirror?
Oh, jeez, that's hard, man.
Just to recap, we have a bag of walnuts that had a
Number 1.
note inside from Tina, who needs help because she's stuck at the walnut farm. Tweet number 2
Number 2.
was a call from a commuter bus, and a guy said to his girlfriend he was going to strip her naked, slather her in barbecue sauce, and feed her to wolves. Number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3 was a call from Surrey. A family needed help taming down a child who was mad that their parents bought his sibling something, but not him. And the number 4. You're not going to give me that on number 4?
Number
Eddie?
4.
Thank you. Rick. Number 4.
I forgot.
Vancouver
Still
PD
pretty good.
dispatched to some road because they needed help. A couple needed help removing a skunk from a child's playhouse. The skunk had already sprayed 2 children. Which one did I make up?
Tina's the fake one.
So my initial
so?
thought
Tina's
was
fake.
the fake one was the kid throwing a tantrum because like that's
Who would call the cops? But
we're
Canadians
also-
are so nice they would never hit their
That's what I'm
kids.
saying. We're also talking about Canada.
Right.
I'm still gonna say 3. Number 3.
I'm gonna.
3.
s-
I think
the
they-
one with the kid?
I wanted
Yeah.
to say. I wanted to say number 2 because you said Vancouver, Washington, and I was like, that was weird.
I think
If I did, it was a slip up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay.
It was either 3 or 2 for me.
I'm gonna go with
2 sounds
1.
so
I'm gonna
absurd.
go with the first one. I
Yeah,
don't think
1,
that would
Tina.
ever,
Tina.
ever, not in a million
Tina and the
years.
Come on.
Tina
Tina.
and the walnut.
That's a great band name. Tina and the Walnuts.
Tina and the walnuts.
All right, Ronnie, what's your answer?
Tina and the Walnuts.
Really?
I think so.
So you're saying 3 and both you say 1.
Yeah, I say 1.
You're all wrong. You're all wrong.
is
the
it
kids.
It was number 4 I made up.
The kids.
Wait, 4?
Police to Abbotsford Road. A young couple needs help getting the skunk out of the playhouse. Already sprayed 2 kids.
That sounds so real.
What
though.
you guys?
It sounds so like normal.
Did anybody get me last week?
Yeah. Eddie.
No, it was, yeah, Eddie
You did?
Yeah,
I did,
got
I
it.
know
So
for sure.
okay. Well, I don't have a terrible record. I'm good at writing these tweets, dude.
I
Those
like
were
the
good.
other
I
ones. wanna
could
hear-
run one of these Twitter accounts and make up everything. You realize that? I'm in the wrong business.
You're in the wrong biz, bro.
Anyway, do
Get
you
outta
guys
here, dude.
believe in aliens?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude.
Hard
Doing
to-
the hard drops, hard segues.
Yes.
No, but really, I don't want to simply just boil it down to do you believe. I want to know, if you're willing to give it to me, your full opinion on it. You know, do you believe they exist? If they do, are there any implications for like society and humanity? So, what do you think? Me and Evan have talked offline about this for probably
Hours.
10 hours.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, we could write a book. We could write a book.
I don't know,
about
man,
those
I don't know.
conversations.
Aliens.
Yeah. The hand symbols won't come over across the podcast.
Every-
but Eddie's doing that crazy aliens guy from
I don't have
History
the hair
Channel.
for it.
Whenever
You
we
can
have,
make your hair like that easy.
whenever
It's too flat. No.
Get some product in there, boy, and a blow dryer and a round brush.
Bruh.
Give me a break.
I can get that volume, but
You can
not
do
that
anything.
much volume.
you could get it.
Anyway,
You could get it. Every
Eddie,
time.
Eddie, what do you think about aliens?
I've thought about this not recently, but I guess recently in this past year, I would say yes. Not like your normal like Green Martian line in the, like run of the mill aliens that's portrayed in movies, but like
Right.
some sort of intelligence is in space. I feel like
So you don't think we're alone? We're not alone.
it might be like humanistic in a sense on another planet, living lives just like us. That's what I feel. Because I feel like it's either very normal or there's something out there with more intelligence than we know in some sort of way. That's a short answer.
I have to look something up because I forgot the name of it while the next person answers the question. Or Eddie, you just go on a monologue.
Or keep
talking
going,
about
brother.
I believe the Mayans, they came from space. If you take a look at their structures, if you take a real quick look at the structures,
Yeah.
you can see that one of the Mayans is like on the side, and he's got this thing, right? And so I believe that they came from space from that little instance, and also they had so much gold. Where'd they get all the gold from? Space.
You sound legitimately like an old conspiracy theorist right now.
Also the Earth.
And next
Well,
on Agent Aliens.
Next on Ancient Aliens.
Can
You
anybody
would
be on
need-
that show or what?
You would
Pretty
need big
much.
hair
You
for
don't have to have
that.
any credentials for being on that show.
I was picking apples the other
Yeah,
day, and I saw
yeah.
I saw a flying saucer above me.
Okay, hold on.
Why are they all Southern? Why am I making them all Southern?
I don't
Speaking
know,
of
but
hair with
being
volume,
from the
that
South,
guy,
I'm getting offended right
the-
here.
Oh,
They're not.
Getting
shoot.
offended.
They're not.
I'm
They're
sorry.
not.
the guy with the huge hair. Have you seen
I'm
those
sorry.
memes with him or whatever,
I'm
and
so
how his
sorry.
hair in every episode gets like bigger and bigger and bigger? You guys have seen Ancient Aliens, right? You know what
Yeah.
I'm talking about?
I've seen
One
it.
of the commentators.
Well,
or
I've
whatever.
seen.
I seen
you see
it.
lots of things.
I seen it.
Lots. Lots and lots.
Ronnie, why don't you give us your opinion?
Okay, so it's pretty boring.
By the way,
Answer.
Ronnie is wearing a Teddy Fresh hat, not a sponsor, but if you want to be Ethan and Ela, give us a call. TIVSlive@gmail.com. Please.
All the clothes that's been coming out is fire.
That's
Yeah.
right. We love it so much.
We're fans.
We're plugging it. Teddy Fresh.
We would pay you to be our sponsor, please.
Teddy Fresh.
I don't know
Anyway.
why those look like pigs to
Um,
me, not bears.
Yeah, they do kind of. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
Um,
caught that.
so boring answer. Basically, I think the statistics, with how vast we know the universe is, leans towards yes, that there's
Yep.
a possibility. But I kind of lean more no, like no, but like I'm open to the possibility, and yeah, like I only doubt it. Like, yeah, I kind of doubt. I doubt it, but I think there is a possibility, and I can entertain that thought. But
Well, that's a wonderful answer.
yeah, but I
not
think it's not outrageous to believe in aliens. I don't think it is at all.
You're willing to
Yeah.
be proven wrong. Like if you said they don't exist, you're also willing to be like, oh, okay, well,
It's almost like a belief. I don't believe. I believe it's like an inactive belief in it. It's like I would say that It's almost like I'm indifferent towards it, but if I was to place an odd on it, I would say 60% no, but the rest yes.
yeah,
60-40.
60-40.
If
Well,
my math is correct.
if it,
I did
mean,
take
it
college algebra.
doesn't affect your daily life.
Yeah, I like to entertain it just as a person who likes sci-fi. You know, it's kind of wow, that would be a cool
Oh yeah,
possibility.
no, it's fun. It's fun to think about
this-
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that Elon Musk guy, maybe he'll help us meet those dudes.
I love that guy.
Yeah,
That guy's just a solid dude.
he's like everybody. He's human, man. He makes mistakes, but he's a cool dude.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Gosh darn
He
it.
is a genius.
Everybody has those days.
I can't find what I was looking for.
That's
I want to try to talk about something revolving around the Fermi paradox, but I can't find a simple explanation that I can just read. But I did just read something that freaked me out even more than I was.
What did you call it?
The Fermi paradox.
Never heard of that.
I'm not surprised. But I just read something that I'm just kidding.
Oh no, I don't even know what you're saying.
I just read something that made me scareder than I was to be alive in the universe. There are 100 Earth-like planets in the universe for every grain of sand on Earth.
wow. That's a statistic.
Wait, say that again?
As far as we know right now, there are 100 Earth-like planets in the universe for every grain of sand on Earth.
That's
For every grain of sand on Earth.
So that kind of goes back to what Ronnie was saying.
Where is that coming
Statistically, this is an article from waitbutwhy.com. They reference a study, I think. But anyway, even if it's not true, there are Earth-like planets out there that
yeah.
we know of.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So I'm kind of with Ronnie. Statistically, I think it's kind of a hard thing to deny that there, at least a possibility or feasibility, you know. Is there? Has anybody seen him on Earth? I don't know. But this is part of what I was trying to find. This is the Kardashev scale, which helps us group intelligent civilizations into 3 broad categories by the amount of energy they use. A Type 1 civilization has the ability to use all the energy on their planet. We're not quite a Type 1 civilization, but we're close. There's a Type 2 civilization that can harness all the energy of their host star. Our feeble Type 1 brains can hardly imagine how someone would do this, but we've tried our best imagining things like a Dyson sphere. And then Type 3 civilization blows the other 2 away, accessing power comparable to that of the entire Milky Way galaxy. I don't know how they came up with that.
wow.
Thanos.
It sounds good though.
It sounds good. Yeah, but
Thanos
here's
comes
something that struck me as well the other day. Let's say we had the means to travel to far enough away, right? To let's just speculate that we have a telescope strong enough to know that there's life on a planet 14 billion light years away or whatever.
14 billion light years away.
What we observe through the telescope is what happened 14 billion years ago.
Okay. I like that thought.
That's actually wild.
So if we travel there, we won't find what we expect to find. We won't find what we saw. You know, if there is a way to travel faster than the speed of light, you know, many.
Okay, can I say something to that? Can I say
close.
something to that? 'Cause
Sure.
Okay, so let's say that we could travel faster than the speed of light, right? So we have a telescope that can see something that's like billions of light years away, and we're looking into the past, essentially, right? Like
Yeah.
4.5 billion years ago, this is what we're looking at, right? And then you travel there super fast. Essentially, you'd be traveling into the future of that planet. The faster you go and the closer you get, the more into the future you're
You
going.
would always be traveling into the past until you got there.
Right. Traveling through the past into the future.
You would never get to the future.
What do you mean? No, because the future would be the present, right? So if you're like, if we're looking here in the present and we're like looking, okay, my mind's gonna start getting really.
This is
like,
the
out
most
of front.
stoner
This will get
conversation.
a little bit deep.
This will
Like,
break your
This is
brain.
the most
Like, my
stoner
brain just kinda
conversation I've ever heard.
It's like
Like,
short
we're-
fused for a second.
RPMs.
No, wait a minute.
But the future's ahead.
No, but wait.
But my toast is in the toaster, and how much time do I have in between
but
there?
my hot pockets are still hot by the time I get there.
But what if you could
still
observe the
burn the
planet the
crap out of
whole
my
way
mouth.
there? And with the point at which you started, you're seeing something that happened 14 billion years ago.
Uh huh.
And as you travel closer, and you're traveling towards the planet faster than the light waves are traveling towards your eyes.
The faster you go, the more quickly time speeds up. It would be like a movie reel going faster and faster and faster.
We're not talking about manipulating time. We're traveling through time.
That's
but
what I'm
just really
saying.
fast.
Yeah.
All right, we're just gonna have to leave
I
out
don't know.
there.
I don't know.
Do you
what
believe-
y'all
It
are
makes
saying.
sense.
Do you believe in aliens, Evan?
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, absolutely I do.
Well, prove it.
Okay.
Prove it.
Okay, this
Will
is a question
Smith
on whether I believe. Now I have to
proved
prove
it.
it.
Will Smith proved
I'm just
it.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Tommy Lee Jones proved it.
Tell me
Oh, yeah.
why you
Ben
believe.
Black.
Tell me why you
I
believe.
got your reference. Okay, I believe because,
Eddie, beer me, please.
well, good lord, where do I start?
In the beginning,
In the beginning.
there was man and aliens
Well-
living together.
In Aliens.
I don't know. I think that there is enough.
And French
There's
toast.
like kind of what you guys said. You guys say
Thank you.
statistically,
Yeah,
but I
well,
would
too.
think that statistically, by the amount of people that have been eyewitnesses or experienced, especially people that like whose careers depend on it. Like we're talking about military,
got
presidents. There's like a lot of really high up people that have quoted seeing or experiencing an unidentified flying object or a being of sort.
Yeah.
So, and I think that now, like, as we are becoming more and more comfortable with the thought, like, what you said. Like, I could play with the idea in my head that there's life outside of us. Well, that came a long way from just like even 100 years ago, where people would never have even thought about that. Their views were like more focused on is the, you know, we go back like 1,000 years. Is the Earth flat or round?
All this
But
alien
now-
shit started kind of recently.
It's flat.
It's been going on for a while, but
Did you get it?
Nope.
now
Missed
it's
it.
like,
Oh,
It's flat.
thanks for trying.
yeah,
flat.
I don't know. I feel like
it. The Earth is flat.
Well,
I'm coming out episode 1. Ronnie's a flat earther. No, I'm not. Just joking, folks. Just a little goof here.
tune in next
Hopefully
week,
not.
folks, to see our new co-hosts.
Get out of here.
Ronnie's out of here.
It's flat.
He's an anti-science boy.
JK.
No, yeah, I think the probability thing is a little bit. It's kind of. It's hard to argue with. But then you have people that do say they saw something. I wish to God I could see something. I want to believe so bad. I mean, I believe in the possibility. You know, I
Yeah.
believe it's possible due to the stats.
Right.
But I want to have an encounter. I
got-
want to have an encounter.
I got a
bad.
You
theory.
kind of need proof.
I got a theory. You want to
You
hear
need
it?
something.
Yeah, tell me
A
your
theory
theory.
why you will not encounter them.
Oh, please,
They're
bless
there.
me, bless me, boy.
They're there in this theory, but they're not. We'll never encounter them.
it.
Because before civilization
I
can...
like how you said that, because you say in this theory,
In
like
this
you're
theory.
you're not going back on what you said.
I think it's a good theory. It's an interesting
Sounds
theory.
you're saying like if like
You
what
researched
if,
this
right?
today, didn't you,
No,
dog?
no, I didn't. But I
You
recall
did.
hearing this on like a YouTube clip of like conspiracy videos.
Well, let's put it out
Today.
there. Put it out there as facts.
But it's,
like you believe it, really.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
Oh.
It's
Sorry, Ela.
that basically before civilization can ever get the technology to get itself interplanetary, it would
Okay.
first require the kind of technology that it
It would destroy itself.
that would
That's
it
what
would
I was trying to look
destroy itself.
up. That's part of the Fermi
Yes.
paradox, I believe.
and that so you have to reach that step first, and with whatever it is with humanoid our humanoid hearts, we destroy ourselves. Don't break my heart.
So you
My
think
That'd be
you think that they are
Humanoid Hearts are playing down at the Hawthorne Theater this weekend.
Wait, is that a band
no,
name?
it's not. I just made it up.
But it is now.
Gotcha.
Name the goof, dude.
Don't take
Gotcha.
copyrighted. Don't take our band name.
Don't take our band name.
We're saving that for when we start.
Whoever
a
our
band.
one viewer is right now, thanks for being here.
We're the
God
heart
bless
humanoids and the
you.
flat earthers.
Drop something in the chat for us, one viewer.
Heart humanoid and the flat earthers.
Humanoid
heart
Hearts
and the flat earthers.
Heart humanoids and the
Whoa.
flat earthers. Earth
Oh,
flatters.
jeez, we can't be putting this on air. This is.
Oh,
Let's not say it again.
dude.
It's already stolen.
It's already stolen. Whoever's watching the video right now just stole it.
Yeah, you're lucky.
There's one person. Sorry, gosh, I'm so hiccupy and gassy today. Out of my top hole, not my bottom
My
hole.
poor Cameron.
But yeah, that's what I was trying to look up.
Yeah. Okay.
There is, and again, how do people know? I don't know, but it is an interesting theory.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, freaking Elon Musk is about to send a Japanese billionaire around
yeah.
the moon and back to Earth in 2023, and he's going to take like 16 people with him.
That's
He's
cool.
paying for all their seats.
That's
Huh?
awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
So-
I was like,
Where'd you say?
because there for a while it was a little bit shrouded in secrecy who the person was, but then they announced it, and I was like, dude, Elon, seize on this opportunity to get however many people that space rocket thing can hold.
SpaceX? Oh, sorry.
Let's say it's 16. I think I read that number.
you can
Not
say
sure.
it's a
Don't quote me.
UFO that he's driving. We all know it.
It's identified,
No.
so it's an IFO.
IFO.
But look, however many
IFO.
seats you have on there, Elon, you're worth billions of dollars. Freaking pay for let's say the 16-seater, right? Get the 16 most prominent flat earthers.
Ah.
Pay for those people to go up in your rocket ship,
Yes.
fly around the moon, let them see that the Earth is round for themselves, and come back.
Dude,
and
I already know why not.
That makes history.
They will still deny
They'll
it.
be like,
They'll still
They
deny
installed
it.
LCD panels on the windows.
to get us up there because you're going to
incinerate
us.
I know
Look,
Elon,
you
wanna kill us.
You guys can't do Southern accents to mock stupid people. I can.
Oh, jeez. I'm
Okay?
This just
Okay.
got really serious.
Jeez.
Sorry. I'm sorry,
I
man.
like.
Everybody likes to throw a little Southern accent on a dummy. On a big dum-dum. They're always from Mississippi
Dude.
or Alabama.
I apologize.
Thank you.
apologize.
Thank
I take
you.
it back.
I met a guy
Oh,
from Delaware with a
dumb.
southern accent, and I was like, "Don't do that.
Punch me in the face right
You're
now.
not from the South."
Right? No.
Please punch
No,
me.
you're abusing yourself.
I'm just kidding.
Don't do
I'm
that.
just kidding.
Oh.
But it would be
Yeah.
cool to see you do
Yeah.
a southern accent talking about like a really smart person sometime, from time to time. Mix it up.
For sure.
See, the
No,
thing
no,
is,
I get you.
is I'm not very smart, so I'm just talking regularly, but with just southern accent.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm dumb, dude. Do you want me to admit it? I'm
But,
dumb.
but what were you saying? Why would he not do
This
that?
just got so.
Oh, they wouldn't do it because they'd probably make up a conspiracy
it's
like
true though.
they're gonna kill us. like Elon's gonna just
Oh,
kill
shit,
us
I never
dummies.
thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, they wouldn't say us dummies because they think they're next. They think they're like
Well, I'm trying to say they're dummies.
higher evolved brains.
Yeah. Oh,
Dude.
they're higher. Yeah, you're right.
I forget.
you think about
Was it H3 that did a video? No, some big YouTube. Oh, it was PewDiePie did a video on a flat Earth conference, and those poor bastards, man, they're out there and it's like 6 years ago I would have never believed. You know, they got like 3 teeth, and they just whacked, dude. They're just whacked out,
Yeah.
and they're like, if you'd have told me 6 years ago I'd have thought the world was flat, I'd have laughed in your face. But I've seen the evidence. And this one guy said that, and he's like, if the world was round, how come you can put water on the ground and it doesn't roll off? Because if we're a globe,
Right.
water seeks its level.
They're just.
There's all
Water
kinds of
seeks
dumb
its level.
stuff.
What does that
And
mean?
there's people that take it to the next level. They can't just stop at the world is flat and that there's an ice wall, Antarctica, around the whole thing, keeping the water in, right? Mm-hmm. Then they have to go past that ice wall and add another landmass that another species we've never contacted before lives on.
Oh my god.
What gets me, dude, is you can drive to the Oregon coast and some of those lookouts and look across the ocean and like, oh, the world's curved. I can see it with my own 2 eyes right now.
Yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was on Pikes Peak in Colorado. You can see like 3 or 4 states, I think, from Pikes Peak, including like Kansas or Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Pikes Peak's like 14,000 feet above sea level. And you look out across the land, you're like, wow, I can literally see the curve of the earth with my naked eyes right now.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You were
It's-
naked?
His
So I'll
eyes?
talk about that.
I think it's just kids having fun. I think that's what I think about
I was
them
just a
flat earthers.
13-year-old having fun. I wanted to be naked.
Oh no,
I was a little
Oh, we're talking
discombobulated.
about that now.
I was talking about flat earthers.
He tried to veer
Oh.
away.
I'm sorry.
From that.
I
You-
thought
but
you wanted
you
to
just
know more
went.
about my
Cameron just
crazy
jumped
Pikes
back.
Peak
No,
story.
no, no. I was
Right
talking
into
about
it.
those some of those flat earthers. I think they're just being silly.
You think so? You think they're
Maybe some
trolling?
of them trolling slash. Hey, this is a group. This is a fun idea. I like some of their art. Actually, their flat Earth arts.
Oh my
Even
God.
though it's like totally wrong.
It's cool.
If
It's
And it's
anything-
kind of cool. Some
It's
of it
like
looked cool.
it's like seeing like Thor and like the whole like Midgard and
It's
stuff,
like
like the tree.
mythological.
It's
or
creative.
Yeah,
It's
it
creative.
is. It
They're
is really
creative people. You,
Creative
you
folks.
can't take that from them.
They might.
Yeah.
They
No,
might
they got the
hey,
theories.
but not that I'm a flat earther, but if you look up some of
Yeah.
their theories, like people really go in depth and like they actually don't play around when they're serious, and
Oh, no,
they
no.
actually do like what you said, where you can see the curvature of the earth. They'll go to those places and then they'll like have cameras with like 700, 800 zoom or whatever, and they'll be like, look, like I can see this right here, and if there was a curvature of the earth according to science, like it's supposed to dip right here and it doesn't dip. Anyways, they get into it, but
Yeah, they'll say like because of like dirt in the atmosphere, it's distorting the horizon. All kinds of stuff.
Wowie.
There's always an answer.
It's crazy. There's this YouTuber that I've been following for a long time now. His name is Cody. He's got a channel called Cody's Lab, and he's like a rogue scientist. I think he's about our age, and he does all kinds of stuff. Like he collects dust from the roads and mines diamonds out of it. He digs for gold ore and smelts these gold bars. He's got like $20,000 worth of pure gold that he made himself by just digging up rocks.
did you? Is
he's
this the
from-
same guy that tried to make that ball out of? Is that the one that I saw?
That's him.
Yeah,
But he
All out of what?
he took
tried to make a ball of gold,
Oh.
like roll it because it's kind of like soft. Gold is usually a little softer, so yeah, he was trying to make like a pure round bowl
With his hands?
No, oh god, no.
But is that an impossible?
With his no, it was
Oh,
like
it was a gold foil.
it was
ball.
telekinesis with his mind. He tried to shape it with his mind because
Well, I thought people could
soft
shape
enough
gold
to do that.
I will
into
create
all
gold.
sorts of.
I am the
Shapes.
alchemist.
I actually met this guy at VidCon.
Really?
Yeah, very shy.
I believe it.
Very shy.
He's got a lot of secrets.
But so I don't know if this spawned because he got in a fight with a flat earther or not, but he wanted to go out and calculate and measure the curvature of the Earth based on what science tells us it is. And he lives in Utah, northern Utah, so he went to the Great Salt Lake or somewhere in the area where it's remarkably flat for a long ways, and he measured the freaking curvature of the Earth with like analog tools, like a telescope and a few other things.
God damn.
He measured like a smokestack that he could see in the horizon and backed farther and farther away and measured how far that smokestack dipped behind the horizon. And then he did measure, he took into account some of the distortions that the atmosphere threw into it, like lens aberrations, where because a lens can actually see past the curve of the Earth because of the way the air bends the light.
Yeah.
He took that into account.
Yeah.
And guess what his number was? Exactly what it's supposed to be. So it's like, you can calculate it.
Okay, well, I'll throw this into the mix then, because they do also say that they believe that the Earth is not 100% flat, but that it is a slight dome. So it's like a dome shape with the peak being...
It would not
the north.
surprise me if you were one of them.
Well, I'm telling you right now, like,
Docs.
if I was one of them, I would say it, because you know my views go way out there in left field. Like, if I was, I would say it. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
That's
here.
right. We're going to talk about chemtrails one day on this podcast.
Don't even get me started.
I am
we're
So
gonna do
I
it.
try to
We're
have
gonna do it.
serious conversations, and Cameron always says at the end of it, if we're in front of people talking, he'll be like, "Oh, okay, but tell him, do you believe in Bigfoot?" And I'll be like, "Dude," like he'll try to discredit me with that. Like, "Oh yeah, you're listening to this guy, but he believes in Bigfoot."
No. What are you talking about? I believe in Bigfoot.
Yeah, but that was before. So now you say you're on the spectrum of the Bigfoot.
Oh, that's
believer.
right. That was a big coming out
Yeah.
thing with me and Evan.
He came
I did a
out-
lot of research
He
for
came
one
out as a
weekend.
Bigfoot believer.
Yeah.
I had to say, I went to him very humbly. I said, Evan,
That was not.
I said, I think I believe in your dumb idea.
He said,
No, I didn't
he
say
said,
that.
like I said before, this is what I believed the whole time.
No, I did not.
And you're wrong.
And-
My mind was changed. But we
Everything
got to stop.
you know is
Yeah,
We gotta
folks,
stop.
this
We're
is
gonna
for
say-
another episode.
We're gonna say
Bigfoot
Bigfoot
stuff.
for another episode
Yeah.
for real. So
This is a preview of what's to come, so
I
stay
like Bigfoot.
tuned.
I do too, and you know, Highway 84 right outside of Portland, going towards Multnomah Falls, has the
Yeah.
highest density of Bigfoot sightings in the entire country.
I told you that.
It's like people are coming. Yeah, it's like people driving report that Bigfoot comes down from like the hills and
Why would he live here?
The
to
most-
dip his ass in the Columbia River and to get a,
The most-
get a little swig of
The
water.
most, the
Dude,
most
who
sightings
doesn't,
in the
man?
entire
What am I talking
world
about?
are just
Am
half
I
hour
right?
north
My
of
home
Vancouver.
dog?
The most sightings in the
Oh,
world.
dude, hit that
You know.
saucy.
Mount St. Helens area.
Come on.
It's just it's
Oh,
like
dude,
half
I
hour
read
north.
somebody on. Oh, we gotta stop. We gotta stop.
All right, all right, all right, all
We
right.
gotta save it for
We
another
got a lot
episode.
of stuff coming to you.
We gotta save it
Stay
for another
tuned.
episode.
Bigfoot.
Okay,
Who is he?
we're gonna move on to our last topic of the night. All right.
Look, I got my alien socks on today too.
Do you really?
Oh yeah, I do.
Wow,
yeah,
not
I got
surprised.
a UFO right on my ankle. I'm a firm believer.
I want to put one thing on the table before we move away from the alien discussion.
Where is it?
Medelo.
What the thing?
It's
What
right
the
here.
thing you
It's,
give
Okay.
it's Ronnie's jewel that
The
me
Tower
and Evan
of
are sharing
Mordor.
right now. You're gonna get, that thing is carrying diseases right now. That thing's been shared so many times. Ronnie, you wanna hit the vape?
No, thanks.
Vape Nation, dude.
He's like, I'm trying to cut back, dude.
Trying to
No. So
Have
I
withdrawals.
want to put this. I'm gonna drop and go on this. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
We are carbon-based life forms, right?
Go on.
What's to say? Because I think it's safe to say that we've discovered. Oh, I don't want to say that. Of all the elements that we know of, we don't know how life could come from anything else but carbon, and we're carbon-based, right? Who's to say that a life form out there would be carbon-based? Or if you believe in a multiverse, which I'm not saying I do or don't, I don't want to be boxed in to anybody's categories, but if you do believe in a multiverse situation, what if they're just on another plane of existence altogether?
Fair.
Or what if they're in the fourth dimension of this world?
We can't see.
We can't
but
comprehend
they
them.
are
We won't even know. Well, they could be an alien, like literally living in this apartment. He could sleep on my couch at night, and I wouldn't know, because I can't comprehend that.
Well,
I
would-
can't comprehend the
What
fourth
was his
dimension.
name?
Technically, it wouldn't be your couch.
It is my couch, so I bought it from IKEA.
Not according to him.
Okay, well, let's move on. I want to know.
Or her.
This
Or her.
doesn't-
Or
this
her.
doesn't have to
Him
be
or her. Could be
Funny,
a girl
but it
alien.
can be. What's the physically hardest thing that you've ever had to do? That strained you the most? Have you ever just had a moment where you just like, I don't know if I can continue doing this? Well, I guess I'm a really shitty question.
No, it's a good question. I was struggling figuring out what that was like because it's probably had to be like a work related thing. I mean, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to recall because I did like what's that? Doing hay bales or whatever when you toss them on the trucks.
Oh,
I've
my
baled a
God.
lot of hay,
That can be
dude.
pretty hard.
Hey,
That's very hard.
there's a muscle on your forearm that I've seen hay balers have that I've never seen before on any human being.
You mean
It's-
this one?
Yep, that one right there. That one right there.
I spent 6 weeks in.
That was impressive, but also mildly disgusting.
Yeah.
I spent.
That's what I'm talking about. It's weird.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
hay bale
It's a
muscle right
mound.
there.
God damn, dude.
Everyone has it, but just not. It's not developed because when you're baling hay, you're doing awkward movements. So it's like, yeah,
I
develop.
Yeah,
spent,
salsa dancers also had that
salsa
muscle.
dance. Oh.
Salsa dancers.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
But I was gonna say I spent 6 weeks in the youth corps. Have you heard of that?
I have heard of them.
I was in the
They're good
Northwest
people, man.
Youth Corps,
I
and
almost
basically
got a
we're-
job being a youth corps coordinator.
That would
I've
been
never
awesome.
heard of that.
You would
Tell
make
me-
a great mentor leader.
Tell me your story.
I know I wanted to, but
Tell
I
me your
wanted to
story.
work near Portland.
So this was in. It's not a. I wasn't trying to turn it into a story.
No, go ahead.
Turn it
Okay,
into a
It's
story.
interesting.
That's
I'm
why we're
interested.
here, dude.
I'm interested.
My
There's one person watching right now on YouTube, and they really want to know.
Take a
my
look
the summer of my junior year, me and
in a book.
2 other friends joined the Northwest Youth Corps over the summer. Basically, what you're doing is forestry work and maintaining trails and making new trails.
Building
So just-
infrastructure
Can I-
on
Yeah.
existing
can I
trails.
stop?
We built.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay,
please,
'cause-
please continue,
Because
Ronnie.
I'm interested in this because I have seen people with like what do you call it, like a pickaxe walking up on
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
Multnomah Falls
Are you talking about
Probably.
Minecraft?
trails, and they
Yeah.
like dig out rocks and like make the pathways.
Yeah,
smooth.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
you're talking
probably
about, kind of something
vandalism.
like that.
They
Yeah, this is definitely Minecraft.
Well,
Yeah.
no, this seemed
Diamond?
nice. They were,
Minecraft? Pickaxe? Or...
I don't know if they came down
Yeah,
with any
Minecraft,
diamonds,
dude.
but they
No,
definitely had
Was
coal.
the pickaxe made of diamonds?
No,
Like
it
Minecraft.
was not. It was
Dude,
just stone.
you gotta farm that.
Pure stone.
You gotta farm that shit, dude. You get that
Okay,
diamond
okay.
armor.
Anyway,
Well, anyways, that was a hard. That
after
was
Evan interrupted
You're right.
you there, Ronnie, I'm sorry.
You're
Please
right. I can't
continue.
argue with you.
and then so you're maintaining trails. You're doing forestry technician type work, 8 hours a day, every day of the week, except for the weekends.
Volunteer.
It's volunteer. You do get paid, and you can get some school credit for it, because you do learn like wildlife stuff. a little
Very
bit.
cool.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it is really cool, and they do pay you, but it's like at a reduced rate. But am I too close or too far or hurried up?
You're too far away from your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
There
Oh, you
you
got to
go.
get this
I
close.
just want to make sure you can get some respect, you know?
Well,
Just
anyways, it was just a lot of physical
You can't
labor,
get no stinking respect.
and it was pretty hard, just swinging a Pulaski all day.
A
A
what?
Pulaski?
Or isn't that what those are called? What are those called?
Are we still talking about Minecraft or what's happening?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are those? Where it's like a hoe at one end, and then it's an axe on the
Whoa,
other
dude.
end. What are those called?
I don't know.
Or-
I don't know
pick-
why
Or
you
a
would
pick
have one of those.
on the other side.
I don't know why you have
Pickaxe.
one of those baling hay.
No, this was for working in the youth corps. Oh no, baling. I wasn't baling hay in the
I was
youth
about
corps.
to say, what kind of contract was that?
No, that
That
was what it was up
it's
against.
A pickaxe.
You
It's
show
a
up,
pickaxe.
bale hay, and then you leave.
It had
That's how
a
Yeah.
a thing
No,
at one
this is-
end that you dig. Yeah, I know what you're talking
This
about.
is another story.
I don't
I
know
was saying
what
he was either baling hay or that job for the 6 weeks in high school. It was pretty hard.
I bet it was.
Okay, Eddie. How about you?
First thing that came to mind recently, not super recently. Sorry,
Sounds
I was
good, actually, to me.
I was tilting pretty. It's a funny one. It's a funny one.
Okay,
Bless us.
So when we were living in North Portland, maybe about 2 years ago, me and my roommate Trevor were trying to move this entertainment like center thing that I got from someone
Yeah.
off like the Door of Hope page, where they were just giving it away for like, or not giving it away, but like it was like $20, and it's like all wood, like a very heavy Hardy entertainment system.
American made.
100%.
Yeah.
Thing was god dang heavy.
Yeah.
I bet
Very,
it was.
very heavy.
I don't doubt it for a second.
And our apartment was upstairs, and the stairs going up were very, very small. Like I'm not kidding you. Like we're not gonna see this in the audio, but it was like not very big.
It's about 12 inches.
Yeah, something like that.
No, I'm just kidding. That was like 36.
Yeah. We
But it
talking
was
about
heavy.
we talking about Minecraft still, or like?
Oh.
And so it was super steep and super narrow, and so getting things up those stairs, especially like furniture, was insanely difficult. And so at the time, I wasn't going to the gym yet, so I was a very skinny boy eating Wendy's every night. You know, be it. And we were trying to get it up the stairs. I was struggling real hard. And then my roommate had the audacity to let one rip as we're moving it up the stairs.
Wow.
And I'm cracking, I'm laughing. He's like, Eddie, keep moving. Like, we have to keep it moving. I was like, okay. I was like, but you farted. This is not my fault. And we're carrying up the stairs. So, and my God, that fart smelled so bad.
Oh, worst
I like
timing.
started like legit dropping it
Yeah.
on him. He's like, dude, we have to keep moving. And we
Why'd you do that?
we
That's
barely
disgusting.
barely got it up the stairs.
Yeah.
Getting it down was fine when we moved out, but getting it up the stairs was literally terrible.
Yeah.
Stair stuff isn't easy.
No, it was awful.
Yeah. it's
That was
the
my story.
worst. It's the worst.
Evan, what do you think?
That's
Everybody?
bad.
What do you think?
Well, okay, there's like actually a few things, but I think probably it was like my second day of roofing. We were doing tile tear off. And so you got to pick up these tiles on a really steep roof, and you're carrying 60 to 80 pounds up one side of the steep roof, down the other, and you throw it into this giant metal bucket that's like being controlled by like this giant tractor or whatever. And we had to do that all day long, but being on the fourth story of an apartment building, and it being 100 degrees out, it was probably about 110, 115 on the roof. And so
Nope.
we didn't have a lunch like the guy that was working us, our foreman, just worked real hard. Like, he was used to that kind of stuff.
Worked
but I wasn't.
real hard.
Real hard.
Hard as steel.
Real hard, because he was a hard man.
He was in his
life.
60s, like, doing stuff that we couldn't. So,
Okay,
anyways.
I mean, you speak for yourself.
Okay, anyways, if you get up there, like, yeah, we'll see, though. Like, seriously, because towards the end of the day, I got to the point where I was like, if I have to carry this up, like, I don't think I can actually lift anything else or walk, but I had to. So I was like on the verge of tears, like walking up, and then all of a sudden everything just like just about disappeared. Like tingly, seeing spots, like everything. And so I look back, and you know, everybody like is in the same kind of situation, like it's painful, but when somebody starts to pass out, like everybody starts joking around, like saying, oh, you're gonna fall off the roof, blah blah blah. But anyways, I was actually sent off the roof at that point because they were like, don't fall, because I stumbled, lost my load or whatever it was. And yeah, dude, it was stressful. As soon as I got down, I could not believe that I had just done that for that long, and I had to continue to do that for a couple months. You get used to it. But I have to say that on that second day, I came to a point where I could not physically do something. I was going to pass out. It was rough.
I'm glad you went after me because I told a story about us carrying an entertainment system up my stairs and my roommate farted, and you're over here like 110-degree weather. And I almost passed off. And
someone
fell
did fart
off.
Actually, you know, and heat rises, so it was intoxicating.
Heat rises.
Your eyes
I might have gotten high off of some fumes up there. You never know, but
sick, dude.
Heat rises.
it was that was a rough time. I'd say that's like probably number 2 of probably 2 circumstances.
Dang.
God dang.
The
Well,
rough one.
I had some pretty tough times back when I was installing granite countertops,
Ay, ay, ay.
and
Yeah, that's brutal on your back,
went out
especially.
a couple times doing these huge islands for people's kitchens that were very rich, and it'd be like a whole slab of granite with basically the edges cut off and polished.
700 pounds.
And 2 guys had to carry that upstairs. You know, there's these clamps that when there's weight going down on the clamps, they won't come loose, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would be muscling these things upstairs, an entire slab of granite.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that I looked at and told myself from the get-go, I can't do this, but I had no choice but to try, and we just had to do it.
I
There's a
hate
couple
that.
times where I'm like, man, if something would have went wrong, bye me,
Dang.
you know. But 100% for sure, the hardest thing I've ever done, I've ever experienced. I don't know. Maybe all of you guys know my friend Taylor
Yeah.
Gustafson.
Yep.
We went on a trip to the coast. We parked our vehicle at Sand Lake,
Oh yeah, I know this one. Yeah.
and we hiked across Sand Lake, and
Yeah,
then
Taylor.
through this little finger of woods that was like a mile thick to get to the beach. That was no walk on the park. It was hard.
2 miles.
No, the total hike was more like 7.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a 2 mile hike.
Oh no,
Supposed to be.
it wasn't supposed to be. But the getting in was okay. We had to walk across sand for a long time. Then we went across a little finger of woods, got lost, came up on this Boy Scout camp, and they were like shooting pie plates with slingshots. We just tumbled through the woods. We were all cut up from briars and stuff. And we're like, "How do you get to the beach?" And they're like, "You're on private property. You have to walk down our driveway and go over the road."
Get out of here.
Right? They sent us away.
Get out.
But
We're Boy
we were like,
Scouts.
They're like, we've seen your type before.
"Oh,
to the road."
okay,
We're a
okay."
flat earther.
Well, okay, we'll head to the road and then walk 12 miles to our camp spot at Cape Lookout. We got out of earshot and we both looked at each other. We're like, "We're not doing that shit. We're gonna keep going.
Please let us there.
We're gonna keep going for sure."
Us.
And so we kept walking down these roads, and when we would hear a car coming, we'd dive into the ditch, right, and hide.
Wow.
We finally got there, and we spent, I think it was a 3-day, 2-night trip. Spent 2 nights. On the way back, we decided to go for a different route. So we went farther south on the beach, so we wouldn't cut across the Boy Scout property. Coming back, and we got in there, and my phone was off all weekend, so I had charge on it, right? And I'm carrying about a 60-pound pack, and Taylor's carrying about a 60-pound pack and a surfboard under his arm. So we get into the woods between the sand of the beach and the parking area. No, I'm sorry, between the beach and Sand Lake, which you still had to get across. And we got into some thick stuff. Very, very thick stuff. It's like, what do we do? Did we keep going? Or did we turn back and basically double our trip just to walk on sand? Sand Lake shoots up northeast from the coast, right?
Yeah.
And we were staying up here, so if we walked far enough south, we would be able to walk due northeast back to our car. Let's take a quote-unquote shortcut and cut through the woods, a mile thick of woods. We get in there, we crest one hill, get down to the valley, and it's rough. And we're like, do we keep going or do we go back? Keep going. So we move and move and move. And Taylor is using his surfboard to throw on top of bushes, climb on top of it, jump off the other side, throw it ahead of me again.
That's where you were.
I'm
It's actually
hitting
clever.
things with a machete, right? And
very
it was
clever.
so bad in
Or
there
making the
that
best of a
I
dumb
couldn't
decision.
move my legs. I had to grab my pants leg and pull it out
Whoa.
of entanglements of Oregon grape and manzanita vines, and then lunge forward, and then pull my other leg out and do the same.
God dang.
I was looking at my phone on the GPS, right? We were trying to go due east, but no matter what, the terrain kept forcing us north. And about an hour into it, we hadn't even made it halfway through, and we kept going north into thicker and thicker stuff. Long story long, we just kept going. Eventually, we had to start taking breaks, take our backpacks off, drenched from head to toe in sweat. Head to toe.
Miserable.
Every step was a labor, and we both carrying 60 pounds.
God dang, dude.
And we finally got to the freaking sand. I don't know if I've been happier in my entire life. Because I had a moment in there I've never experienced before in my entire life. I was like, I want to give up.
Yeah.
I'm done. I give up. This is too hard. But I fought it, and we made it out after 2 hours to go just a mile. And then we walked across Sand Lake, got in the car, and drove back. I've never been camping with Taylor again. No, we always joke around when we see each other about that. Saw him recently, and we joked about it, but it's true. We've never been camping together again, not because of that, just because it hasn't aligned. Yeah, we tried a couple times, but that was miserable.
Dang.
Miserable. Well,
Wow, dude.
Our,
I'm glad I went second because they wow, that's tough.
Wow.
Those are some tough,
Yeah, that's tough
some tough.
When I
shit.
was on the operating table, there was a moment there when I had to hike through a fifth dimension of actual soul entangled briars of hell. There was fire all around me, and I didn't.
All right.
I wanted
We
to
are
give up,
definitely-
but I had to
all right.
live.
we are definitely talking about Minecraft again. What is happening tonight?
That's a character.
It is time for
That's a
us
character?
to end this show.
You should keep that.
We
Wow.
have to. This is getting out of control.
Wow.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us again. We stream live every Wednesday night
Every
at
Wednesday.
7:30 Pacific Standard Time. That's 10:30 Eastern Time at the Infinite Variety Show YouTube channel. We release the audio in podcast form under the same name the following Monday morning on most platforms. Give it a little time on that because we're building up a 10-episode catalog before we launch. I will definitely make an announcement when we do. Until then, hold your gosh darn horses on the podcast and just come hang out with us on YouTube,
Come hang
okay?
out.
Hop on your camel and
Please do.
head on over to the Infinite Variety Show.
That's every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m.
Unscripted.
Pacific time. Visit our home on the web that is absolutely blank right now. Actually, I don't even own it yet.
I know you all have
www.theinfinitevarietyshow.com and look for us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Infinite Variety Show. All of our social media is completely blank. You can go there right now and see nothing. And follow us there for when we have something up.
Very soon.
Thanks
Yes.
for joining us again, guys, and we'll see you next